Hello friends, welcome to our channel JipiGo. The journey of Indian space research began in the year 1920. It began when S.K. Mitra conducted a series of experiments to study the ionosphere by some ground-based methods. Later Sir C.V. Raman and Meghnad Saha also contributed to this research. Dr. Bikram Sarabhai is known as the father of Indian space research. He established the Physical Research Laboratory in 1947 in Ahmedabad. It is now a National Research Institute for Space and Allied Sciences, supported mainly by Department of Space, Government of India. In 1962, Pandit Nehru and Dr. Sarabhai formed the INCOSPAR or Indian National Committee for Space Research. This committee was then a part of Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. Before this, the Department of Atomic Energy had the responsibilities of space research. This committee was formed to formulate the Indian space program. Dr. Homi Jahangir Bhabha was instrumental in creation of this committee. He was then the director of the Department of Atomic Energy. Dr. Kalam was also a part of this committee. This committee was dissolved on 15th of August 1969 and the ISRO was formed. In the year 1972, the Department of Space was formed and ISRO was brought under this department. The Department of Space is directly under the Prime Minister of India and the Chairman of ISRO is the executive head of this department. Dr. Sarabhai and Dr. Homi Jahangir Bhabha found a place called Thumba as the most suitable place for establishing a space research station. Thumba had a beautiful church known as Saint Magdalene Church. One day Dr. Sarabhai met the bishop of the church and requested transfer of the property. The bishop and the district collector helped in acquiring the land at Thumba. The church and the people were relocated. The bishop's home was converted into an office and the church became the workshop and the cattle shed served as the storage houses and laboratories. In this way, Thumba Equatorial Rocket Launching Station in Kerala became the first space research station of India. Today it is known as Bikram Sarabhai Space Center. It is officially designated as United Nations International Scientific Facility. In those days, the transport facility was not so good, and the rocket parts and the payloads were to be transported by bullock carts and bicycle to the launch pad. The station had only one chip which was always busy. Also, the first sounding rocket which was launched, the Nike Apache, received from USA, could not be carried on motorcycle. The first rocket launched from this station was the Nike Apache. It was launched on 21st of November 1963. Nike Apache was a sounding rocket. A sounding rocket is an instrument-carrying rocket designed to take measurements and perform experiments. The successful launch of the Nike Apache was a great beginning for the Indian space team. The very next day, Sarabhai spoke about his dream of an Indian satellite launch vehicle to his colleagues. Yes, there were several setbacks to the Indian space program from the period 1966 to 1971. First was the death of Dr. Homi Jahangir Bhabha. Secondly, the India-Pakistan War of 1971 created a rift between India and America became more closer to Pakistan. The third setback was the death of Dr. Sarabhai in 1971. Despite these setbacks, more than 800 rockets were launched from the Thumba Research Station from 1963 to 1975. The dream of Dr. Sarabhai was converted into reality by Professor Satish Dhawan when ISRO built the first Indian satellite Aryabhatta. It was launched from Soviet Union on 19th of April 1975. In July 1980, ISRO successfully developed its first satellite launch vehicle SLV-3. The SLV-3 vehicle placed the Rohini satellite RS-1 into orbit and India became the sixth member of an exclusive club of spacefaring nations. This followed the development of the Augmented Satellite Launch Vehicle ASLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle PSLV, and the Geosynchronous Satellite Launch Vehicle GSLV, which are much more advanced than the SLV-3. Today, ISRO has the world's largest constellation of remote sensing satellites such as the IRS series and the INSAT series. It has also other satellites such as Kalpana-1 and the Gagan and Navik. India has already sent 2 missions to the moon and 1 mission to the Mars. The first mission to the moon, Chandrayaan-1, was launched on 22nd of October 2008 from Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota. It was a PSLV-XL rocket. It remained operated till 28th of August 2009. The Moon Impact Probe released by this vehicle discovered the presence of water on the moon for the very first time. With this mission, India became the fourth nation to reach the lunar surface. This mission proved to be a major boost to Indian space program. This mission was planned for 2 years, but it operated for only 312 days. However, most of the objectives were achieved. The mission to moon was followed by the mission to Mars. It is known as the Mangalyaan mission. It was launched on 5th of November 2013 from Satish Dhawan Space Center at Sriharikota. The spacecraft was put into the Mars orbit on 24th of September 2014. It made India the fourth nation to achieve Mars orbit and the first Asian nation to achieve this feat. The Chandrayaan-2 project was approved on 18th of September 2008, but due to some reason this mission was postponed till 2013. Again it was postponed till 2016 as Russia was unable to develop the lander on time. It was launched on 22nd of July 2019. It was a GSLV Mk3 rocket and consisted of an orbiter, a soft lander, and a rover. On August 20, 2019, the spacecraft was put to the lunar orbit successfully. However, on 6th of September 2019, the lander was lost during its attempt to land on the moon. This was a failure for ISRO. However, the orbiter is operational and collecting data. ISRO is planning to launch Chandrayaan-3 by August 2022. It will have a lander, a rover, and a propulsion module. It will land in the same area as the Chandrayaan-2. The agency has collaborated with Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency for Lunar Polar Exploration Mission. In this mission, a lunar rover and a lander will be sent to the moon in 2024 to exploit the south pole of the moon. India has launched 343 satellites for 36 different countries as of 14 February 2022. On 15th of February 2017, ISRO launched 104 satellites on a single launch. This was a record of its own kind. 96 of the satellites were from United States, while the rest belonged to Israel, UAE, Kazakhstan, Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany. ISRO also has plans to send humans to the space. It has plans to develop reusable launchers, super heavy launchers, and deploy more space telescopes. ISRO has played a major role in disaster management, telemedicine, navigation, and military missions. It has played an important role in the socio-economic development of the country. The spin-off technologies of ISRO have found many crucial innovations for India's engineering and medical industries such as bionic or artificial limbs, fire extinguishing powders, and many more. With all this, the future of India's space exploration seems very bright.